Welcome back. We now move on to questions in the National Assembly. Section 100 of the Constitution makes it possible for the national government to intervene in provinces where things go wrong. In terms of the Constitution, the national government can take control of service delivery in a province and prevent that province from taking unreasonable action that is prejudicial to another province or the country as a whole. During question time in Parliament, Mr. Donald Smiles of the Democratic Alliance wanted to know if this section had been used in February in the Eastern Cape when, and I quote, the Minister of Basic Education concluded an agreement between the MEC and the South African Teachers Union, unquote. Replying to the question, Deputy Basic Education Minister Envy Sethi said the Minister of Basic Education had not concluded any agreement between the MEC and SADU. But in a follow-up question, Mr. Smiles said learners were being let down by government in the Eastern Cape.
Learners in the Eastern Cape are being let down on a daily basis by the Eastern Cape Department of Education and indirectly by the Department of Basic Education. They will surely, or had been surely, let down again today when SADU teachers abandon classrooms and participate in COSATU's national strike to end toll roads in Gauteng, even though it is an issue that has nothing to do with education in the province of the Eastern Cape. This action goes against the letter and the spirit of the agreement which was signed by SADU and the Eastern Cape provincial government on the 8th of August, 8th of February, I beg your pardon. And that helped to bring to an end the go slow in that province. Now that the union is on strike again, for reasons unrelated to its work, what does the minister plan to do to make sure that the SADU members are abide to the agreement?
Honourable Speaker, the question is whether the minister was a party to the signature of an agreement. And the follow-up question is certainly not consistent with the principal question. Given the reality that the minister was not a party to the agreement, I think the follow-up question should be addressed to COSATU as well as the Provincial Department of Education. Thank you very much.
Mr. Smiles' colleague and also from the Eastern Cape, Mrs. Annette Lovemore, said the ministry must now clarify its position in the Eastern Cape.
It's quite amazing that you have just said that the last question should be addressed to the Provincial Department of Education, when the Section 101B intervention means that the National Department of Education is actually controlling education in the Eastern Cape. Speaker, 2 NGOs have filed an application in the Eastern Cape High Court in Bishu seeking an order to direct the National Cabinet and National Department to clarify their obligations in terms of the President's order that the National Department must take over the Provincial Department's running of Eastern Cape education. Lawyers for the National Education Department have filed notices of opposition to the court case. This is bizarre. There exists a continuing lack of clarity as to precisely what powers, responsibilities and administrative functions have been taken over by the national government pursuant to the intervention, severely undermining education in the province. Deputy Minister, why does your ministry not wish to clarify obligations in respect to the constitutional rights of Eastern Cape children to quality education? Why does your ministry not want to state publicly exactly what the department is and will be doing in the Eastern Cape?
I think the honourable member is trying to sneak a question from the side. The question, and I just want to basically for clarity, I'm not going to evade the question, I will assist you. You don't have the patience to listen, so why should I answer? Then I would say to you that it's not relevant to the principal question, thank you very much, because you don't have the respect for a response that is going to come from the ministry. So if you want to be quiet, and if you want to listen attentively, please say so, sit quietly, and I will explain.
Our time is almost up, but before we go, we want to share a parliamentary secret with you, and that is a minister can get confused, especially when the going gets rough during question time in the National Assembly. But the Speaker is always there to clear up any misunderstandings.
The report found that by far the major cause of maternal mortality...
Mr. Speaker, sorry. Sorry. Speaker, I think the minister's reading the wrong reply. Thank you.
Yes.
No, no, no.
The minister is reading the right reply, but with the wrong question.
No, no, no. Oh,
This
yes.
is,
Oh, yes.
question number
Apology.
question number 76.
Apologies, apologies. It's the manner in which I put them here, yes.
And with that, we've come to the end of today's program. It's also our final program for this first term of the 2012 session. Parliament is to rise for the Easter recess this afternoon, following a question and answer session with the President, Jacob Zuma. But if you tune in to this channel tomorrow morning, you will be able to watch an extended morning live, which will bring you coverage of a breakfast with the President. View from the House will be back on Tuesday, the 24th of April, when we resume our coverage from Parliament. Until then, goodbye.